Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Welcome to my channel. All of you are new because I'm new to my channel. When filming this video, I'm not really sure what I'm calling my channel. Today I just wanted to film a tutorial on this kind of sparkly, smoky sparkly eye look. This eye look's honestly pretty easy. I didn't really do liner, I didn't put on fake lashes. I made it as simple for you guys as I could. But yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So I went ahead and did my foundation and filled in my brows because my brows take me forever. So I can do a more in-depth tutorial on that, but if I did my brows too, we'd be here for an hour. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyelids using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I use this one in the color Eden because I have there's a translucent one that just shows up clear. This one's more pigmented, and because I have discoloration on my eyelids, I have very purpley veins, but I kind of have some foundation on them too, so you can't see it that well now. And I also find that just helps eyeshadows stay on a lot longer and they go on a lot smoother. They blend out better. And I just like using my finger for this because I find that when I use a brush, you kind of get it gets streaky and patchy, and then it really dries up on me and kind of clings to the dry areas on my eyelid, which is usually here. So today I'm gonna be using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I'm gonna set the eyeshadow primer down with this color base. I just put this all the way from my lash line up to my brows. This color. Next I'm going to take this color Incense right here, and I'm just going to put that using a big fluffy blender brush. This is from MAC. It's so old that the label has rubbed off, but it's just a big fluffy crease brush. It's really dirty right now. All of my brushes are so dirty. And I'm just gonna blend this all the way through the crease using a light hand and circular motions. And this is just so we have a good transition for when we apply any darker colors. It really helps everything look seamless and you don't get any harsh lines. And I just kind of blend this out into a wing shape. So now that we have that transition shade in our crease, I'm gonna pick up this shade on the end here called Passion. And I'm gonna put that, concentrate it more in the outer V of my eyelid. So I'm just gonna start at the very outermost corner of my eye and just slightly make this little V shape. I'm not good at explaining, but maybe you can see what I'm doing. I'm actually gonna go into the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I love this palette. Oh great, I always drop this brush. So I'm just gonna go into this color Cypress Umber down here, which is this dark brown shade. I'm really gonna try to keep this just in the outer corner. And I'm just using really small, light, circular motions to try and blend it in. I like adding the tiniest bit of black just to as close to my lashes as possible on the outer edge. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Noir over here and just run it along as close to my lash line as I can get. So now I'm going back to the Norvina palette, and I'm just gonna pick up Dazzling, and I just like using my finger for this, honestly. If I use a brush, there's like crazy amounts of fallout. It ends up everywhere. It doesn't look as pigmented, so I found that this is the best way to apply it. And there you go. That's the whole eyeshadow look for now. It's pretty easy. I just wanted to do something simple that honestly, like realistically, everybody could do. So honestly, whether you get 12 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, or 2 hours of sleep or no sleep, this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector is a great under eye concealer. It kind of like cancels out the purple and blue tones under your eyes that you get when you have really bad bags. So I just, again, take this on like my finger and just gently press it into my eye bag, my under eye area. What's the right word to say? If you couldn't tell, this is the first video I'm ever doing, and I'm still having a hard time. I can do my friend's makeup, I can teach my friend's makeup, but like explaining what I'm doing to anybody who doesn't know me and like with nice like professional makeup terms, it's not my thing. I don't know how to do it. I do not know any of the technical terms. I have learned everything that I know from YouTube. I've been watching videos for like 10 years now. It's crazy to think, yeah, I was 12 years old and I was going to my first, like I went to an all-girls school, so I was going to like a co-ed Halloween party, and it was like me and two friends, and one was in charge of costumes. I was put in charge of makeup, and I don't remember what the third girl was in charge of. And sorry, I'm gonna conceal with the Tarte creaseless concealer. But so I had no idea what to do, and we were going as like fairies or something. So I googled how to do like fairy makeup, and I don't remember whose channel I ended up on, but I like watched some Halloween makeup tutorials, whatever, learned how to do it. My mom took me to Target, got a palette, did all my friends' makeup, and I kind of forgot about it. I just thought like, oh, this is cool, it's just teaching me how to do just this. So anyway, I kind of like thought it was maybe just like Halloween makeup tutorials, whatever. And a few months later, I was reading like 17 magazine, and they were talking about pretty much like the OG YouTubers like Blair and Elle Fowler, at least the first ones I ever watched. Yeah, so I watched all of their videos, and then I just, as more YouTubers started doing makeup tutorials, I started watching more and more. And I'm just blending this out really gently. I prefer blending out my concealer. Same with my foundation. I prefer blending it with a brush first before going in with a beauty blender. I feel like when I just go straight in with a beauty blender, it picks up like a lot of the product unless it's already really like melted into my skin. And then there's no more product, and I get like blank patches without product, and like where my foundation has been like removed, and concealer and stuff. So I just like really using a brush to get like a flawless finish before really pressing it into my skin with the Beauty Blender. So now that we have that concealer on, I'm just gonna, I personally like baking. I have to bake my under eyes. Otherwise, my concealer is like a hot mess by the end of the day. But if you have really dry skin, I don't recommend baking. I have combination oily skin. So it works for me, and it really helps with my smile lines because I get really bad creases here because I smile a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna really like dip my brush. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is just a different like packaging, so it's rose gold. I'm just gonna dip my Beauty Blender directly into that, and I'm gonna pack this under my eye. Not too close to my nose, but like a little bit. It helps slim it out, but I'm gonna contour it anyway, so it's just like a double contour, which I mean I can always use. Sorry that I'm like looking down there. I'm not used to this like in filming myself doing makeup, so I'm looking into a mirror over there. I'm also just gonna first blend out my smile lines because I already put the powder there. I'm gonna blend it with the bottom part of my Beauty Blender before baking, just to get rid of any lines that have creased there since I've done my foundation. I always look crazy in this part. So while I'm waiting for that to bake, I never really like time it out. I don't know. Some people say like always under 5 minutes or under 10 minutes. I just kind of do other stuff, and then when I finish it, I wipe off the baking powder. So I'm going to contour my face, and I've been using this Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow palette that has both cream and powder, contours, highlights, and like a banana powder highlight and a shimmery highlight. And honestly, this palette is pretty pricey, and I only use the cream and powder contour. It's a good banana powder and highlighter, but it's not the best I've ever used. I think the contour is great. It blends out really nicely, but honestly, I could do without these sides. Yeah, I really only focus on the two in the middle. I'm gonna use the cream contour, and I just kind of suck in my cheeks to see where I really want to make a more like defined cheekbone, I guess. And this cream blends out really nicely. It honestly is like the perfect pigmentation. It's not too orange, but it's not too cool. It's perfect. Like my issue with cream contour is if they were too like thick when I applied it, it just, oh my god, my AC, I turned off my AC, I didn't want it to be loud. If it's really thick, it like takes off my foundation. I don't know, it kind of like pulls it, and it's kind of impossible to repair that once you're there. It's like really hard because you don't want to like, you have to like re-prime your face. I don't know, I always just give up. So I would not, honestly, like not really recommend buying the whole palette. I think you can buy both the cream and powder contour separately. I'm not positive. If you can, I'll link it in the description down below. But I just don't think the whole palette is worth however much it is. So since I am all done with my cream products now, I'm just gonna set the face. And I have been loving the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. The packaging is so cool. It has like, it's supposed to look like water, I guess, but it's textured. It's just really cool. And this is just a translucent powder. I'm just gonna apply this basically anywhere where there's not baking powder right now. And I just like doing this because if you go straight in with like powder, contour and whatnot and bronzer, it gets really patchy unless you really set your foundation. Oh, and I was using the Zoeva, the number rubbed off, but it's called the Silk Finish. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go in with powder contour. So again, back to the Natasha Denona palette. I'm gonna be using this Kylie Cosmetics number 5 brush. Sorry, it's disgustingly dirty. I hate washing makeup brushes. It's like my least favorite thing to do. Anyway, I'm just gonna apply the contour over where I applied the cream one. And always make sure you're blending upwards. Like never let your brush go below where you want your contour, because it'll look muddy. I always just dust a little bit of bronzer under my bottom lip. I find it like makes your lips look bigger. So I'm now going to contour my nose, and I do this using 2 brushes. The first is the Zoeva 235 contour shader brush. And this just has a really like flat and thin head. It makes it easy to draw the lines down the sides of your nose. And then I also use the Luxie 182 brush, and this is specifically designed for nose contouring. It has like a really fluffy, thicker side, and then it has a really thin, dense, precise brush that I like using when I want to cream contour my nose. I just start out with this Zoeva brush, and I'm going back into that same contour shade that we used. I use the arch like in between my eyes. I kind of take the narrowest point. I draw this connecting to my eyebrow, and then I do the same on the other side. And then that shows me where I want to start going like straight down. So after I have that point, I just go straight down from there. I like creating the effect of like a little button nose. So kind of like where you'd have the top of that part, I put it, it's like 1.5 centimeters above where I shaded in the bottom of my nose. And then I take whatever's left on my brush, and this is another thing that makes your lips bigger. You put it where your cupid's bow, in between your cupid's bow, I don't know, whatever this area is called. It's where like the snot drips down when your nose is runny. And then I'm gonna grab that Luxie brush, and I'm just gonna start blending that out using like little patting circular motions, I don't even know. And I like blending it outwards rather than like inwards. And I really like to make sure this area is blended out, and I make sure it's like a natural transition into my crease. Okay, so now that we have that all blended out, I think it's time for me to wipe off my baking powder. I kind of forgot about it. And I'm just gonna use, this is like a Real Techniques setting brush something, and I just use a really light hand. I hold it at the end of the brush and just dust this off. And I kind of try to like bring any extra up the side of my nose to really like soften out that contouring. And there we go. And then just gonna use a bronzer all over my face to just kind of make everything transition smoothly. I'm gonna be using the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in Tantric, and I just swirl this big Luxie 514 blush brush around in it and just do a big like 3, you know, like the 3 and the E. And I kind of just like dusting this over the tip of my nose and kind of like blending it out to my cheeks. I'm then gonna grab my Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter, and I think this is so gorgeous. Look at these like waves in the product, it's amazing. I'm gonna be using this Morphe Y14 brush to apply it to the tops of my cheeks. And I just apply it right at the top of my cheekbone. And I kind of bring it up to like the outermost part of my eyebrow. And then for my nose, I like to make a little like exclamation mark on my nose with highlighter to kind of highlight that little like button nose effect we created earlier with the contour. And I just do a really thin line down the middle. I stop where that contoured line was, and then I do a little dot at the end. And there we go. There's your highlighter. So I'm now just grabbing this completely random brush. I've gotten like an Ipsy bag or something. And I'm just taking the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Exposed. As you can see, I need another one. I had another one, but I lost it. But this blush honestly suits everyone. I have used this blush on so many friends. I send it to them from the US because you can't get it in Europe. I don't know, actually, maybe you can get Tarte now, but when I lived there, it was really hard to find Tarte. You had to order it on like QVC or something. But yeah, I just love this blush. It's like a nice, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Does it describe the shade? No. But Tarte has great blushes. I'm gonna go back into the Norvina palette and I'm gonna grab the color Incense. And hi, Len. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? Okay. You can sit in my lap. That's my cat, Lennox. So I'm just grabbing a just like flat shader brush, and I'm just gonna dip this in Incense. And I'm gonna bring it in towards my inner corner. And then I'm gonna take that color Passion here on the end, and I'm just gonna put that on the very like outer corner of my lower lashes. So I'm then gonna line my upper like waterline, and I do this using the Urban Decay Waterline eye pencil. I just look down into a mirror. That really helps me. People say, like, I think are scared of this step, and it's really not that hard. I just run this close to my lashes. It's really like mostly to fill in the gaps between my lashes. Right now my lashes are invisible because I have very blonde lashes, and I want them to look less sparse, so that's why I apply this liner. If you have like really thick dark lashes, lucky you, but you can skip this step. And my favorite mascara right now is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. And I like really like wiggle the brush and like make sure to get every lash. I feel like that's what makes them look really out there. You only need one mascara. I'm I'm extra. Ask anyone who knows me, I'm extra. I just take this Maybelline, it's like Define a Lash or something, it's green. Like I've been using these forever. And I just use this on my like lower lashes because I don't want too thick of a mascara on my lower lashes. And this is waterproof, by the way. I just don't, like I already have pretty like thick and long lower lashes, and like this even is a little too much for me. I just don't like them to look so like spidery. I like people to know they're there because like they're invisible if I don't put mascara on it, but I don't really want to like lengthen or lengthen them or add volume. Yeah, I'm just grabbing this Zoeva 237 detail shader. So I'm gonna take this shade up here, Dreamer, on my inner corner. Okay, for the last step, I'm gonna use this Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the shade Stepping Out. I just use like the side of it to make a straight line. And I use the like tip to get really precise. I'm sure I'm making the strangest faces. I've never like watched myself do makeup, even though I'm like watching in the mirror. I don't know. It's just like so easy to apply this. Hi Lennox, you want to join? No. Every time I acknowledge her, she walks away. That's like how it always is, right? They chase until you acknowledge them and then they walk away. Not just talking about cats. So this is the completed makeup look. I know I kind of stuttered and mumbled my way through this. It was harder than I thought, honestly, explaining what I was doing and like why I was doing it. Anyway, I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you guys liked this makeup look and this video, and I hope this was helpful. I know it's not a really intense, crazy look. It might be too easy. It might be like, I might not be teaching you anything like that special. I'm not the best at makeup. I'm not a professional, so it's really cool to be able to make videos. I don't think makeup's necessary at all. I honestly do my makeup every day, even if I'm really tired. I do it before work, and that's because it's just something I love doing. I just would love to teach people what I've learned from watching videos, and I was always like a little afraid of the idea of filming a video and filming makeup tutorials, because makeup is something that I have loved for 10 years and I will always love to do, and it's really nerve-wracking to take something that I've always loved and like open it up to criticism, or just in general to like share that. It's like scares me. It's what I do, it's what I like doing, and what I've like found works for me, and that's all that I'm concerned with. Just let me know what you guys want to see. Make sure to subscribe if you want to keep learning how I do my makeup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.